Some symbols to help you understand. In previous interventions, we said that the sacred scriptures are there to explain what is going on in our psyche, our brain, our mind. The writers find themselves obligated to use allegories, analogies. They used something tangible, visible, noticeable as a symbol to explain what was going on in your mind, in our psyche. We are now going to study some biblical verses, Quran Surat and other holy scriptures. Some symbols will be very useful to you throughout this study. The words boat, bin, and crib are being used many times in the scriptures. They find Moses in a crib, or a basket as you please to call it. Moses means consciousness and the crib or basket means mind. Noah builds a big boat. Noah means the consciousness and the big boat means the mind. Jesus always talked about chalice and wine. The chalice is a container, the container is the mind, and the wine means essence, the consciousness. By the way, Jesus told the Pharisees not to only wash the exterior of the container but the inside too. Which means not live for the surface, in showing up, but they have to clean their heart, their inner self. Before Christ, Socrates would say, "Know thyself and you will know God and the life." Those are some symbols to help you understand the mind and the consciousness. In previous presentations, we said that life and God are symbolized by the light. So, in the Bible, when you read a verse where nighttime, early morning, or the dark, are mentioned, it means the mind. In the other hand, when you read about daytime, the sun is up, it is about God, and consciousness. Also, flowers symbolized a consciousness, it symbolized a virgin mind, a clean mind, an immaculate mind. White lily is used for wedding ceremonies because it is pure white, it symbolized innocence, and virginity. It symbolized also the Virgin Mary. She is called Virgin Mary, she has a virgin mind, the same as lily flower. The flower of lotus is the same. The rose is where the word Rosicrucian, Rose-qua came from. Now let's talk about the feminine faces. Those faces represent the mental. Virgin Mary is a virgin mind. In the other hand, Mary Magdalene is a perverted, corrupted mind. Why the feminine faces are a representation the mind? It is because the same as a chalice, the feminine is a recipient, a container. She receives life as the spermatozoids, and she develop a human being. While the masculine face represents the consciousness, the spirit entering the mind. The Bible talks about animals too, especially snake and pig. They are very low in the animal kingdom. This is the lower stage that a mind could reach. The snake crawls, the pig poke around. It frisks the mud. When they describe a mind by snake and pig, they mean that this mind is very materialistic, very brute, very close to the mud, the ego is very strong. The Bible talks about dog. Dogs have two virtues. First, he is a faithful and loyal companion. Second, he doesn't eat just anything. He sniffles before eating. Jesus called them friends of God, they symbolized the philosophers. The philosophers need to understand what they find. They won't take just anything. They are always researching, like the dog is always sniffing to make sure of his findings. Babies, infants symbolized innocence, consciousness, there is no egos, no discriminations whatsoever. Jesus called them the wives of God. In that case, let them come to me. Donkey has two big ears, but doesn't listen. He doesn't understand much, but he is a good vehicle, therefore, it represents the mind. The mind carries the consciousness. Fish always have its eyes opened. It is a kind of intelligence, it is always awake, watching, it is never apparently asleep. Olives and grapes, Jesus used them a lot. Olive is used to extract oil. Grape, they called vine where they extract the wine. Those two products do not get spoiled. They say that Jesus transformed water into wine to symbolize that he changes something that can get spoiled to a more sophisticated product. Do not forget that the older the wine, the better it is, unlike water. This is why they compare the consciousness with those products. Lamb and ram. The lamb doesn't have horn. The ram have horn and uses them. Lamb symbolized the consciousness, it symbolized Jesus. Abraham replaces his son by a ram. He burned the ram instead. The ram induced pain. Our last symbol is the Son of the Man. They have been talking about Son of the Man way before Jesus came around. But you will see in the Bible that Jesus called himself the Son of the Man. Why Son of the Man? It is because in ancient time, by mean of the patriarchal ideology, girls did not have much value. In India, they used to kill any woman who gave birth to too many girls. You want to do some researches about femicide, you will find out how many girls were killed. They value boys over the girls for war and agriculture purposes. So Jesus describes himself as the conscious. And the feminine is the mind, the carrier. And as you know, the mind can be pure or can be corrupted.